So, welcome to the May 2025 Apple Collection. It's currently May 1st right now, and yeah, I've decided that today's doing another Apple Collection video. So I've gotten a few new things, so we'll show those off and we'll show some old things, and even some interesting things. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So we're first going to start at the iPhones with the oldest iPhone I have, and also the oldest Apple device I have, which is the iPhone 5 in Slate. This is a 16 gigabyte, and I got in the end of February 2025, so like right after I released the last Apple Collection video. And as you can see here, it is dual booted with both iOS 10.3.4 and iOS 6.0. As you can see here, it's currently on 6.0. It's got some apps on it, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I'm not sure how much is used up on this partition. Okay, we got 733 megabytes available on iOS 6.0 here. Yep, you can see here version 6.0. And yes, I am using a Kindle for the camera, so the quality is pretty blurry. But we're working it out. Yeah, you can see camera right there. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty blurry. It's gonna be pretty blurry, but it works. Now, interesting fact about this phone is that it's actually run 6 different iOS versions. So right now it's currently running 6.0 and 10.3.4. When I got it, it was actually running 9.3.4. But it is also run 6.1.4, 7.0, and 8.4.1. So yes, this is run 6 different versions. So yeah, this is my favorite phone in my collection so far, and yeah, pretty cool. So we'll just keep that right there. And next up, we have the newest device in my collection, at least in terms of actual devices, the iPhone 8 in gold, 64 gigabytes. So I got this in March of 2025, about a month, like 2 weeks after I got that one. So even though I made the video about these two at the same time, this came like 2 weeks later. This is currently running iOS 14.0.1. Oh, nope. Okay, so, yeah. 14.0.1. Yep, you can see here. And 64 gigs. And it's pretty good. However, this phone does have an issue I noticed after I made the video getting these two, where this thing will actually boot loop if it has too low of a battery. So what it'll do is it'll like turn on, but then go into iOS for 30 seconds, and if the battery's too low, it'll just shut off and restart infinitely, causing it to not charge properly. So when it's in low charge, you pretty much have to leave in low power mode, so that way you can get into iOS. So yeah, that's the one problem I've noticed with this, but other than that, it's pretty good. And this will charge actually on my Avanto K3000 Pro like these two will, just not with magnets, but still. So next up, we have the Pacific Blue iPhone 12 Pro. Now you can already see it's got a pretty badly shattered back, unfortunately. This did get dropped. I was not the one who dropped it, so yeah, this is not my phone originally. I got this in December 2024, so this is the second collection video it's in. But yeah, so I got this in December to use as a secondary camera. Although now I'm currently using the Kindle for this video, obviously. And so yeah, this is currently running 18.0.2, the newest version of all my iPhones, and the second newest version out of all my devices together. So you can see here 18.2, and it's a 128 gigabyte, and this is what I use as the camera on most of my videos that aren't Apple Collection videos. Some will use the 13, which we're going to show up here, but most of them are filmed with this now. So, yeah, pretty nice. This is also the music phone when that one doesn't want to behave, so that's nice. So, place it over there. Now it's my main phone. So this is my iPhone 13 in product right at 128 gigabytes. And yeah, it's my main phone, so what I use for everything. You can see here it's got all this jargon on it and stuff. And I got this in January of 2022. So it's a bit of an older device here, even though the physical device is newer. Just the date I got it was older. There's glass everywhere from the 12 Pro. But yeah, this is what I filmed my first YouTube video on. And yeah, it's pretty nice. And this has been my main phone since January 2022, and this is also the camera phone from January 2024 to December 2024. So pretty neat. And so that's currently all the iPhones I have as of now. So now we are going to move on to the iPads. So first we have the first Apple device I ever got, and also one of my most prized possessions, my iPad 6. So otherwise known as the 2018 iPad. And so this is currently running the newest version it can run, which is 17.7.3, although they might have introduced some new versions since then. But yeah, now it has been reset since then. However, I do still have the backup of this on iCloud if I want to restore it. And this was semi-tethered jailbroken on 17.0. However, now it's going to update to 17.7.3 via a restore when the OS got corrupted. I'm not too confident I can actually jailbreak this again, so I might actually restore it. So, yeah, obviously that's going to be something I have to try out. But I might not be able to jailbreak this anymore because of the update. But other than that, yeah. So I got this in Christmas 2019. That's how old this is. Yes. So it's the old. It's not the physically oldest device, but it's the device I've had for the longest. I believe when I got it, it was originally on 12 point something. I don't exactly remember, but yeah, it was on a pretty old version. And yeah, this is kind of like a prized possession for me now, so, yep. We're just gonna place that right here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it's a space gray 128 gigabytes. Then here we have my current tablet, the iPad Air 4, which is the one from 2020. And as you can see from the last video, this has unfortunately been updated. Well, yeah, this has been updated since the last collection video. That video is running 15.5. Now it's running the newest version, which is 18.4.1. Now, since this is my main tablet, it made sense to update it since some versions of apps were not being supported anymore, like YouTube and Google Play and all that stuff. A bunch of apps weren't getting support anymore on 15, so I had to update. So, yeah, that had to happen, but now it is now on the newest version as of recording this, which is 18.4.1. And yeah, so this is in Sky Blue, 64 gigabytes. I got this in November 2024. And I have forgotten to mention the battery health of all these devices. This one auto-locked. Okay. So the 5 is on 74. The 8 and the 12 Pro are on 87. The 13 is on 84. This iPad 6 is on 77. And the Air 4 is on 98. So now we're going to move on to the Apple TV. So I have two. So we have the Apple TV 3 Revision A, so the 2013 revision with not the A8 like I said in the last collection video, I believe, but actually the A5. So yeah, it is so It's the revision A. It's running ATVS 7.2.2, even though it insists on me going to 7.9. I'm not doing that. But yep, I got this in okay, so I got that in, I think I mentioned I got that in November 2024. This one, not that one, this one. This I got in September 2024. Yes, a good chunk of these devices were, the past few months, like half a year actually. But yeah, so got this in September 2024, and I did record a video on this. However, though, that has now been canceled as I never even took in the editing. So, shame, but yep, that's in black. And here's the remote for it. It's the only Apple device I have that lets you just change the battery straight up. Not charging, but just straight up lets you change it, and that's the only option. There's no connector on this to charge it, but yeah. And here we have my Apple TV 4K 2. So this is the 2021 version. It's a little taller, but yeah. And this is currently my main use Apple TV running tvOS. I don't know actually. Last time I checked, it was 18.0.1, I believe. But yeah, I generally do not know which version this is running. And here is the remote for it. This is the Siri Remote 2 or Siri Remote 3, I believe. Well, it's the newer design, but it still has a lightning port, so that's how you identify it. I got that in January 2023. And here we have my Apple Watch. So this is the Apple Watch SE2 44mm Midnight GPS. And yeah, it's a 32 gigabyte. I got it on Christmas 2024, and it's been my daily use Apple Watch ever since. So yeah, it's got some stuff on it, but mostly the stock stuff. It's running watchOS 11.0 because I haven't bothered to update it because I don't want to. Because I don't want to brick this thing. And you can see here, can we find the version? That's the MAC address. Let's seriously not have the software version on here anymore. Oh no, I'm not reading it. Okay, yeah, watchOS version 11. You're probably not gonna be able to see it, but yeah, it's running 11. And here's the midnight strap that came with it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's just the standard watch strap that comes with. Yep, it's the 46mm one. You're not gonna be able to see that. There we go. So now we're done with the actual devices. Next, we're gonna move on to cases, accessories, and boxes, and the other stuff like the MagSafe stuff and all that. So first, we're gonna move on to the cases. So this is my current iPhone 13 case. Is the Mirror Case Magnetic series. And I got this in March 2024, and it's the first MagSafe case I've had besides Apple's official one that I threw away in July 2022. So, yep. This is what I use on my iPhone 13 currently with my pop socket, which is over here. We'll get to that in a moment. But yep, it's a good little case. It's a little beat up. You can see there's some like weird scratching right there, and there's chips out of the buttons and all that. But that's what a case is supposed to be. And here's the case for the 12 Pro. It looks the same, but it's got a slightly different button arrangement. Or yeah, the buttons are slightly different, and also the MagSafe ring is black. And it's just overall a little different, so I don't even know what brand this is. But yeah, it's the case for a 12 Pro up there. My OCD is killing me. I don't know if I actually have OCD, but still. And here's my last iPhone 13 case. This is an OtterBox. Could you tell? Based on the fact it's low quality as So yeah, it's falling apart. It was not like this when I switched to a mirror case, but over time it eventually degraded into this. Yeah, do not buy OtterBox cases because I've had 2 of these, and they've both broken on me. One of them broke within 4 months of me getting it. These things are pieces of crap. Yeah, OtterBox has fallen off so hard that these things are just complete pieces of junk now. So, yeah, just don't. Now, here's another case you should not buy. This is the UMaker iPad 6 case. And as you can see, it's all falling apart. Yeah, you can see here, it's cracked, it's beat up, and it's just freaking crap. Yeah. Fun fact. Me dropping this from 2 feet in the case is what caused that thing to crack. Which is weird, because I dropped that same thing in a folio case, like that over here, but weaker, from higher, and it survived. So yeah, this thing just... So, yeah, I'm not sure if anybody else has had a bad experience, but yeah, I've had a bad experience with both UMaker and OtterBox. So, if you still want to go get the cases, go get them. But I personally would not recommend them. So now, we'll get into a different iPad case. So this is the Targus iPad Pro case. So, yeah, this is what was actually on the iPad Air. However, yeah, it was meant for the Pro, as you can tell by the camera arrangement. Yeah, this is a pretty bulky and heavy case. It's meant for, like, I guess, like, construction site or, like, office or something. Basically, it was not meant for home use. For an Air, which is for home use, but it was used for home use. And yeah, it is way too goddamn heavy. So, because that was too inconvenient, I got this Pro case instead. So this is much lighter, much more convenient, and also just kind of looks nicer. And it was actually made for the iPad Air, so it's meant to be lightweight for home use, which is epic. So, yeah. So this is the case I currently use on the iPad Air 4 right now. However, I've been thinking of getting a keyboard case for the Air, so that I can turn it into, like, kind of like a mini MacBook with an app I've got on it. However, we don't have that yet, so that's not happening yet. This iPad's gonna die. Let's see if I can finish the video before the iPad 6 dies, because it's got a shit battery. Yeah. So now, we're just gonna move on to, before we get to the boxes, here is my magnetic pop socket, MagSafe thing. So yeah, it's just the base, and then you put the pop socket. I don't need to explain a pop socket, it has MagSafe on it. Now, I was debating on putting this in the video, but I did anyways. So these are fake earpods. So I got these in the $6 book fair for $6, and I put those in the $6 book fair video. Yeah. So the reason why I'm saying these are fake earpods is because they have the case of the 2004 Vision earpods, but the actual earpods themselves are more reminiscent of it's like a combo of a few, but pretty much it's a combo of the 2001 earpods and like the 2008 earpods with the rubber on them. Yeah, it's just a combination of a bunch of different like earpod stuff to make this fake thing. And yeah, it's a piece of crap. It sounds like crap. They feel like crap. It's just crap. It even came scratched out of the bag. So yeah, it was pretty cool. But to get these for $6, but you get what you pay for with this. So hooray! So next we have some actual earpods. So these are with the lightning connector, and these are, I believe, the 2019 revisions according to the copyright date on the back. Yeah. So these sound okay, but they have dulled quite a bit in sound since I last used them because these are kind of worn down. So yeah, hooray! And then here we have the lightning to headphone jack converter. Here, yeah, it's a converter. What do I say? I've only used this a few times. I think the only time I've used this is actually the $6 book fair tech video, and one other time when I tried to hook up a microphone to my iPhone over there, yeah, my 13. Those are the only 2 times I think I've actually used them. Then here we have the box for the iPhone 5 here. Now this is not its original box, because this box, I believe, is for an iPhone made in around September 2012, I believe, and that iPhone was made in July of 2013. So yeah, there's like a 10-month difference between that iPhone and this box, but still, it's an iPhone 5 box. And it actually has most of its stuff here. By the way, fun fact, I actually had to repair this box because this section right here kept coming out. And you can see it's kind of lifting up a little bit, but I had to like Elmer's glue this down. And yeah, that was fun. So yep, and then here, the insert, and it actually does have most of its stuff in it. I mean, it's missing the cable because I had to take it out. And it did not come with the ear pods or the charger brick, but it did come with everything that was in here, and it did come with what appeared to be a genuine lightning cable. I haven't actually tested the cable out yet, but as far as I know, it is genuine. So, we are going to go ahead and take this, put this back here now, and this is actually currently the only iPhone box I have right now. I did have the box for the 13 at some point, but somebody else threw it away, and I don't have it anymore. So, annoying, but yeah. Then we have an Apple TV 4 box, or at least a 2017 Apple TV, but it's not the 4K. It's really confusing, but yeah. So, yeah, this is the Apple TV 4 box, and this is actually what holds the Apple TV 3, when it's not on display. So that's pretty cool. I don't got much to say about that. And then here's my 4K2 box. This did come with the 4K2. And I dropped it. So yep, the ultimate cinematic experience. And yeah, this is my Apple TV. Pretty epic. And here, finally, we have the box for the Apple Watch SE 2. So yep, it's how Apple Watch boxes are. You put the flaps up here, and then yeah, you pull these flaps out, and then you've got the band box, and then you also have the actual watch box. Yeah, Apple Watch boxes are a bit over-engineered, but it works. And if it works, then who cares by that point? So, we're now going to go ahead and put all this back together here, live, properly. And boom, that is my full Apple collection for May of 2025. So, yeah, this is the largest Apple collection I've done yet. It's insane to think. My first Apple collection video, which was November 2023, although I'm not gonna count that. I'm gonna count the September 2024 one instead, since they're the same thing, just slightly more devices are shown. But I didn't actually get anything new between those. But in those collection videos, all I had were the 13, the 6 here, the 4K2, and the 4K2's box, and that case and that case, or yeah, that case and then that case. And now look how much stuff I have. It's insane. Yeah, and I hope to get more Apple devices soon. I was thinking of getting a MacBook actually, but I don't know. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.